Where'd Samo go?
I don't know. I think he jumped out.
God damn it, Samo.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, that's because he had to set them back in.
Welcome, everybody. Breaking Walls, Deflating Balls podcast, episode 24. I'm your host, Tony. Got my co-host, Jamie.
What's up, bro?
How are you? How was your weekend?
Eventful.
Explain to me.
No, I'm not going through the whole charade again.
Dude, go with the. Okay, so what happened at Texas Roadhouse?
It was terrible. Like half the place wasn't even open. Like half of the place was shut down. Took 45 minutes to get a drink, 45 minutes to get seated for two people, and then get served completely the wrong food. Just walked out. Her shit was burnt. Like
I've never had one bad experience at Texas Roadhouse.
that was my first.
Me
time.
neither.
Like I expected, like everyone goes there, but like, man.
No.
And I just went.
wearing that
my
Patriots
day,
gear.
so I just said fuck.
Yeah, you're a Yankee. That's why.
He's wearing that Patriots
doing?
gear.
Well, my weekend was fine.
What'd you do,
I
work?
got drunk on Saturday night, played video games all night. I finally deleted Madden 23 because, as you guys saw at the fucking barbecue, the thing just crashed.
Yeah.
It crashed. So I just re-downloaded
Yeah.
Madden 22, so I'm just gonna rebuild the Jets.
They keep selling you the same shit, just put a different.
I
person on.
know. Well, I didn't really do anything else
That
besides.
shit didn't crash. Coffee was about to beat you, and you turned it off.
That's
Convenient.
bullshit. I was
No,
wrong.
it crashed like 8 times.
As you guys can tell, if you're watching or you're hearing, we have a couple of guests with us. First, I'll introduce one of my best buddies, Travis G. How are you, Travis? How was your weekend? How have you been?
It was good. Went to Jason Aldean. Terrible concert.
I saw him.
Dude.
I saw him at Lakewood. He was really good. That was probably like 4 or 5 years ago, though.
We went to Lakewood, and it was trash. Ask Samo.
Yeah, and I will introduce another one of my good friends, young rapper extraordinaire, good man, Samo. How are you, bro?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Good to be here.
Good to be here. How was how you didn't have a good time at Jason Aldean either?
Nah, mainly because I have to be sober, and when I go to concerts like that, I like to be
Fucked up.
obliterated. And it was hot, dude. It was like 98 degrees.
Oh, fuck that.
Why was it so
Pretty
bad though? Like, what was it? His set? What was it?
He just didn't
Yeah,
seem
his-
into it. He just
And
seemed
his
like.
set list,
Go ahead,
It's
Sam.
big time now, I guess.
Too big
his
time
set
for me.
list, like the songs he picked to perform were just trash. Like he could have picked way more bangers, but he didn't. So
Dude, 1994. It's like the only good Jason Aldean song ever. And the one he had, when the lights come on, everybody sing. The one that was in Madden like 16.
The old Madden.
hell no.
No
but like
cover.
when I saw him about
Pulled a Madden
4 or
reference.
5 years ago at Lakewood, he did really good. But that's when his like at the height of his career, he had that. Damn, I can't remember back then, but
We're spending way too much fucking time on Jason Aldean. Okay,
he was a star.
we got some news this week. As you guys know, we're doing the NFC East and South previews. That's a little bit later. We're gonna start with some news. Did not really too much stuff happen. The Lions are signing Teddy Bridgewater. I got that to back up Goff.
Teddy, two gloves.
Teddy Two Gloves, Teddy B. Another big thing I saw, actually, this is the first time I'm hearing about this. The NFL announced the Antonio Brown rule, from what I've heard. This allows the league to punish players for violations made before entering the league. So now, with that being passed by the NFL, now all the players now have to disclose everything to their teams. If it happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago, doesn't matter. So they're forcing all the players to now go disclose everything to the teams and to the league if there's any possible disciplinary infractions before the league or the teams find out about it. So I don't know if we're going to start seeing some shit. What do you guys think about the league punishing players for shit that happened before the league? Travis, you first.
That makes no sense.
Why not?
People make mistakes growing up. Like, that's stupid as shit. That is dumb. Roger Goodell trying to control the players. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Fucking hate Roger.
I can't stand Roger Goodell.
It's terrible, dude. How get you punished for some? Like you had no participation in like I don't know.
Yeah, you're not like contractual obligated to like do anything at the time.
I just wouldn't tell him shit. Like wait till you find out, motherfucker. Like
Yeah. Samo, what do you think?
I agree with everybody. I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
So what? They can get in trouble, or they don't disclose it whenever they're like 10 years old and they got in trouble at school.
Yeah,
They're fucked. I mean,
That's my question too. Like, what's the line? Like, what's the age cutoff? Like, I can understand maybe like from the time you enter college, and then
juvenile.
but like, yes,
They don't want any more Johnny footballs running around, you know.
dude. Especially,
Yeah.
yo, the Johnny football thing's coming out too.
It's today.
It's already
Yeah.
out.
It
I
came out
watched it.
today.
Did it?
I watched
and the Jets, the first episode of
Hard
Hard
Knocks,
Knocks is
yeah.
tonight.
Nice.
Richard Sherman.
Oh
and
wow.
Undisputed.
Wow.
Yeah, Richard Sherman joined Undisputed. That's going to be really interesting to see how
You
that
got
works
four episodes. You're gonna slap the fuck out of him.
Probably.
You get lit the fuck up.
Oh God, him and Skip Bayless, dude. No.
Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be highly entertaining. Skill. But
Oh man.
He ain't gonna
We got-
bite his tongue like Shannon
You
Sharp
see
did.
that face though.
we got the Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow. Ended up getting a bad calf strain last week, I believe it happened in camp.
Yeah, I had mentioned something about that last week.
Yeah, he's set to be out. They think probably all of preseason. I mean, if anything, just out of caution.
Mm-hmm.
Man's trying to get paid.
Yeah, Jamar Chase came out today and said he hopes he sits week 1. He doesn't want them to play Joe Burrow week 1. He wants him to take as much time resting as possible. I kind of agree on that. I don't think Joe Burrow needs to become rushing himself back at all.
Yeah, definitely not.
Who's the backup?
Who is the backup in Cincinnati? Anybody have that?
Used to be Andy Dalton, wasn't it?
Yeah, Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton's with the Saints now.
Carson
Hey,
Palmer.
they got Higgins and
Right.
Chase. The backup will be fine.
Yeah,
a couple weeks.
I don't think they'll have a problem.
You still
though.
got Joe Mixon. You got Trevor Simeon as a backup there.
No, so Trevor Simeon. Holy crap! It was still kicking the tires
Oh,
on him.
fucking Joe Mixon.
Who?
Worked.
Who?
Who?
He was like he's like one of the big. Who was the other one that got that huge ass fucking contract and he was straight trash.
Who?
Because Simeon got a big contract. There was one other person.
Brock Osweiler.
Yes.
Oh,
Fucking straight bamboozled with everybody.
Who?
Are you fucking kidding me?
I've been conned. I've been bamboozled. Other than that, Patriots are looking at Ezekiel Elliott. The Cowboys are also looking to maybe re-sign him as well. Those are the two teams. The Patriots came out and they said they were absolutely not at all in the market for Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, are very highly interested apparently in Ezekiel Elliott. I don't understand really.
How about Stevenson?
Dalvin Cook said he wants to go to Miami, really.
No, Dalvin Cook
Dalvin-
said he wants to go to the Jets.
Either New York or Miami.
Everybody
Zeke
wants-
is
Dalvin's
with
got
the
a lot more
Patriots.
left in the tank than Ezekiel does.
What?
I said Dalvin's got a lot more left in the tank than Elliott does.
Yeah, I would agree that.
Elliott looks
Well, how
like a man
about
in Milwaukee from
Today I saw where Ramondre Stevenson said he hasn't been getting many reps in practice. And
Yeah, I
Bill,
did actually. I saw that too. I was doing one of my mock drafts. I saw that.
and Bill O'Brien said something like he needs to start paying more attention or something like that.
Ooh, what do you think?
No,
weird.
I mean, but it's a fucking Patriots. It's Patriots goddamn running backs. I mean,
It is what it is.
if you show up during the week, he's gonna play you. Let me put it that way. I mean, whoever's the hot hand there, like
Yeah.
you're out.
The thing about the Patriots is there's no fun culture there. They run it like a boot camp. So,
Yeah, they do, man. They build
like
up
if they had
So it's
something,
good to see Bill O'Brien back. So we'll see what happens this year.
Bill
Actual
O'Brien.
offensive coordinator
Who?
there.
who? Bill O'Brien? Penn State?
Penn
You
State.
talking about the guy that traded away DeAndre Hopkins for nothing?
Oh yeah, he said fuck that shit. When he was going out, he's like, fuck y'all. I'm gonna change your best player. Who else? Somebody else left.
Was he there with Deshaun Watson or no?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
after, right?
That was after, yeah.
Well, with that, we also got we talked about it a little bit before the show. Alvin Kamara finally got the punishment handed out from the league from what was it that he did?
Punch a bitch in the elevator in Vegas. Or no, some guy they got
He knocked the dude out.
knocked
knocked
dude
the
out.
dude
in the
out.
elevator.
Yeah, so he's gonna be done for 3 games. The team is looking at possibly Kareem Hunt to come in.
Look, man, you can
but
knock out,
if
just
you guys-
don't do it in front of cameras.
yeah, but look, if you go, the guy walked in the elevator before Kamara got out. That's rude, dude. You don't do that.
Oh yeah.
I would've
Let the
punched
people
shit
come
of
out
him.
first.
Yeah, let me come out first, man, before you come rushing in.
This fucking show's gonna be a
I
clown
mean,
show.
but that's true. You're supposed to when you're somebody of that stature,
That's
like
Spectrum.
get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
That's a Spectrum take.
Knock them out, bro.
Body
Like, or
bag.
they used
Nah, dude.
listen. No, like for
That's
real,
not a
get on the
spectrum take at
elevator.
all.
Don't and you're getting off. Why the fuck would people get in your way to get on? I let you off first so that everyone else can fill back.
Well, the Kamara thing, the issue is his buddy hit him and he's knocked out, and Kamara came up and kicked him after. Is my understanding.
That's a bad look. Can't do all that.
That's
Not a
bad. Now,
camera.
you can't defend that. Can't defend that.
Chiefs defensive end Chris Jones is still holding out in hopes for a new deal. No big updates on this. Andy Reid does not know when or if he will be back. That would be a huge loss for the Chiefs if Chris Jones does not come back and he holds out all year.
That's a big boy.
18 and a half sacks. Gone.
Huge on
Damn.
that. Huge. Other than that, Cowboys right guard Zach Martin as well is holding out as well. Sides seem to be at a stalemate as of today. That's huge for them too, because Zach Martin is a perennial Pro Bowler. He's huge on that offensive line. They need him back for Tony Pollard for his
Hall of Famer.
coordination.
Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
He's been the glue of that damn.
Yeah, definitely the glue. Before, yeah, especially after Frederick left.
Kareem Hunt to reportedly visit with the Colts.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt's reporting with the Colts or whatever. Injuries. Dolphins cornerback Jalen Ramsey was injured last week in a training session with Tyreek Hill. He tore his meniscus. He did have successful surgery. It looks like he'll be back in December. Chiefs wide receiver Kadarius Toney was injured a couple weeks back with a knee. Had it scoped. Chance he'll be ready for week 1. Got some updates on Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker with the groin. He said to be week to week. There's optimism. He could be good to go week 1, but the team is remaining cautious.
Go.
That is backup Zach Charbonnet is also hurt, and he's got no timetable, so that might be kind of rough for them. I'm not sure what they're planning on doing with that. Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp tweaked a hamstring a few days ago. They're expected to be extremely cautious. Could be out at least a week or 2, hopefully not longer. Makes a lot of people who might be thinking about drafting him for fantasy kind of weary because he did get hurt last year. Now he's already kind of getting banged up in training camp. He is a volume hog, but injury risk there. So I don't know. Panthers running back Miles Sanders tweaked something. Literally, that was the quote. He tweaked something, according to head coach Frank Reich. Team is being cautious, unknown timetable. Bills defensive lineman Ed Oliver dealing with back soreness, being cautious, doesn't look serious. Broncos safety Justin Simmons dealing with a groin injury, no timetable, doesn't look serious either. And Texans offensive tackle Titus Howard broke his hand in camp. He did have successful surgery Monday, no timetable. They said it's gonna be a while. Got a couple returns. Cardinals activated linebacker BJ Ojulari off the pup list. Falcons activated Calais Campbell off the pup list. Ravens activated Patrick Ricard off the pup list, fullback, and Packers activated linebacker Rashawn Gary off the pup list. That is it.
How about
Hey, hold
Jonathan
on,
Taylor?
Did you say Jeff Okuda? Jeff Okuda got hurt too, didn't he?
Yeah, he got hurt in practice the other
Losing it.
day on non-contact injury. The safety for the Falcons just signed from the Lions.
Yep. Anything else? You said something about Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor's hurt with his back. I know he said it's not serious, but there's videos of him where he's barely able to walk around.
That's what happens when you request a trade.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No,
man.
that's what happens when the team fucking runs your ass into the ground, bro.
Matthew Judon got more money too,
Good on
and then oh fuck, man, I forgot what the other thing I was thinking about. Oh yeah, a lot of good things about Anthony Richardson.
Yeah. I've been hearing. Yeah, I can't wait till we go ahead and do that. Do the AFC side because I'm hearing nothing but amazing things about this guy.
Just
They're
raw
saying he's the consensus
freak.
#1 sleeper pick. They're saying a lot of good stuff about this kid. He's got arm, he's got foot, he's got intelligence. He might kind of be up there. I can seriously with what the Colts have, especially if Jonathan Taylor can come back and he can be healthy. I can see him being the quarterback rookie to look at over Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young's gonna be good. Don't get me wrong, but I think Anthony Richardson. A lot of
What about
This
CJ
report's from
Stroud?
who? Michael Pittman?
Oh yeah, Michael Pittman.
The same Michael Pittman that said we have a quarterback last year, aka Matt Ryan. He can make every throw. We saw that one.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. Samo, you got anything to add to the news? Anything you heard?
Nah, man. All I can say is y'all stop don't be sleeping on CJ now. CJ Stroud.
He's getting his start.
That's what I'm hearing too. I've heard some.
Preseason. First
CJ
game they
looks
played
good.
the Patriots. I think
Yeah.
the first game.
I'm hearing some good stuff about CJ Stroud. Honestly, out of all the quarterbacks, I mean, we're not even gonna touch Will Levis. But out of all the other quarterbacks that got drafted this year, everyone's looking kind of pretty solid in preseason. I know preseason, and training camp is training camp, but like we've gotten to the point now all four of us watching football as much as we have, you don't usually hear a huge amount of talk about guys coming out of training camp. And I'm hearing a lot of talk about all three of those guys. We didn't hear about this
Yeah.
from Arnold. We didn't hear about this we didn't even hear about this from Trevor when he was in training camp, but we're hearing a lot of big talk about these guys. So good for them.
He
Okay.
had Urban coaching him, kicking the kicker.
Well, Trevor went to a shit show. Let's
Yeah, but
That's why.
he made chicken shit out of chicken salad or whatever in Jackson.
yeah.
We're gonna go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm gonna start off. We're gonna start off with the NFC East because we want to leave the Falcons kind of for last. I want to leave Falcons gonna be the main event. Okay, because I can't wait to see you guys go. We every week we do this. I pick two teams from each division. He picks two teams. That's kind of how we do it. But I want everybody to kind of chime in on each team if there's anything I miss or anything that you guys want to hit too.
But
But
go ahead and we'll just jump in.
yeah, let's do it. I got Dallas Cowboys in the NFC East coming off 12-5, second in the division. They did lose to the Bucks in round 2. Coming off their first playoff win in forever. Finally, got the dub. Just to lose in an extremely dismal game against the 49ers. We covered that last year, or last season, whatever. The offense coming back, Mike McCarthy. Another season coaching one of probably the best offenses in the league, at least on paper. Success is really going to come down, I think, to Dak. He needs to limit the turnovers this season and keep that vaunted Cowboys defense rested and off the field, if at all possible. They notably cut ties with running back Ezekiel Elliott in the offseason, finally turning the full reins over to Tony Pollard. We've all been waiting for it. We've all been looking forward to it, and it's finally happening. Tony Pollard, where did he go? Was he Tech?
Wasn't he?
Something? I don't know. But it's something we've seen creeping up in the last few years. Memphis. He's looked faster than Zeke when they've both been playing. He's looked more explosive. He's got pass catching ability as well. He's younger. You always got to go with the younger hand. Yeah, the team also added, we talked about this before the show, Brandon Cooks, who's always been very dependable in the slot, along with perennial top 3 receiver CeeDee Lamb and solid wide receiver 3 Michael Gallup. They should have enough firepower there to continue tossing the rock effectively as long as Dak limits the turnovers and everything like that. They got the ground game with Tony Pollard. A lot of people calling for all 3 guys, they think, this year to potentially have 1,000-yard receiving seasons. All 3 of them, as long as Dak handles the ball well.
Absolutely.
The team has decent options at tight end. We saw some stuff from Hendershot last year. Isaiah Hendershot. Was that what his name is? Isaiah Hendershot? Something Hendershot? John Hendershot?
I thought they had somebody else. Who's the other guy?
Yeah, they got Luke Shoemaker as well.
Yeah,
They picked him up with their
that's what I was
second-round
thinking
pick.
about him,
6'5", 250 with him, man. He's a big boy. Just got activated off the list yesterday. Jake Ferguson is there too. Both Ferguson and Shoon. What the fuck? Shoon Whopper? Shoon?
Don't ask me about no damn name.
They're both kind of expected to be blockers, but they both got some vertical stuff to their games. Offensive line wise, they've been dominant. You know it. They got some question marks, like we talked about earlier with Zach Martin. We don't know if he's going to be playing this season. They still have All-Pro Tyron Smith, who's been with the team since 2011.
Yeah.
He was that big with the
Beast.
3. Yeah, huge beast.
Beast.
Remember when they had him, Frederick, and Zach Martin all rolling?
Yeah.
Absolute savage.
Absolute savage.
Savage.
Absolute. First round pick from last year. Tyler Smith was good for them last year. They got Steele at right tackle and Bayadaz at center. Both solid. Offensive line looks good. And if they can get Zach Martin back, they'll be an absolute terror, especially if Tyron Smith can stay healthy. Defense wise, ooh, boy, they were phenomenal last season. They wreaked havoc everywhere.
Thanks to one guy.
Yeah, big time. Michael Parsons, of course, we have to talk about him. We will. They're reliable up front, in the middle, and in the secondary. DeMarcus Lawrence had a year. He looks poised to capitalize. He had 6 sacks, 65 tackles, 9 tackles for losses. They had first-round pick Mazzie Smith out of Michigan. Looks to be solid. Going to be at nose tackle this year. Team also has some other solid options. They got Dante Fowler, Jonathan Hankins. Of course, like you said, the biggest boom, Micah Parsons. He went fucking ballistic. 13.5 sacks. Second year, first team All-Pro, second in Defensive Player of the Year voting.
I don't see that happening again. I see him having another good season, but
Well, yeah, I think if everybody stays healthy, I mean, he's definitely got a good shot of it. I mean, he's
when does
still
that ever
young.
happen? Does that ever happen?
What?
That's always like the biggest if. Oh, if they stay healthy. Like, yeah.
Aaron Donald.
So then we'll have fucking 10 undefeated teams if everyone stayed healthy, you know?
Linebacker Leighton Vander Esch
Spectrum.
carves out a pretty
Spectrum.
good spectrum take.
But it's true.
Linebacker Vander Esch, he had 90 tackles and a sack, as well as adding the sweetest looking neck roll, I think, in the NFL, bro. Throwback, bro. Big white boy with a neck roll. Everybody loves that. Secondary wise, biggest news recently, of course, was the addition of your boy Stephon Gilmore. That should be good for them.
Solid.
If he can stay healthy. Kicking the tires on him. Trayvon Diggs, of course, is very good as well. He did have
Got that money.
Yeah.
How do you go from being a Pro Bowler to your third team in 3 years?
What are you talking about?
Stephon Gilmore.
Well, he's a little older.
Money.
Money, a little older. That happens. He's still reliable. Especially when they have Trayvon Diggs too back there. It's like it kind of frees him up to kind of play more of his game as well. But the thing with Trayvon Diggs, I think, is he's got a very high risk, high reward kind of play style.
That's
He's
why
going
his
for the
touchdowns
pig.
was.
Yeah. You saw that with the year he had a couple years ago. He had the 13 interception year. Then he came back with 3. But I think that was a lot of course, teams kind of staying away from him. You didn't see him have a lot of passes deflected either. He wasn't really giving up anything huge. It was just the fact that I don't think teams stopped going with him.
Cowboys.
All in all, this defense
They
has
wrote him
more
off in
muscle.
training camp last year, though.
Who?
They wrote him off, and they wrote off Diggs in training camp last year. Said he was getting burnt and all that stuff.
Yeah, I do remember that talk happening. We actually covered that last year during our preview show that they were saying he looks a little worse for wear. But honestly, bro,
He's a beast.
yeah, this team's got enough muscle on defense to carry them anywhere they need to go. You can't run on them. Good luck getting any solid passes on them with their pass rush, both with the pass rush and their like ball hawk freaking corners they got out there. Yeah, bro. If Pollard comes out the gate swinging like we think he's gonna this year, this team has everything.
You don't think he's gonna be
division.
slowed down by the injury?
Huh?
The injury last year, the ankle problem he had last
Pollard?
year. Yeah,
Yeah, you know what?
he
guys?
might lose a step.
Dude, if he can stay healthy, it'll be pretty good.
Or they're gonna be stuck with the 5'5" Deuce Vaughn back there.
Yeah, and we talked about what's his face. What's his face is still he got in suspended or something like that.
Oh yeah, Ronald Jones.
Ronald Jones, yeah, he was supposed to be kind of like the backup there. He's suspended for a little bit.
Rojo's suspended already.
Yeah, bro.
Steroids, a PED or
PEDs,
something,
yeah, I think
That's
about 6
crazy.
games,
4.
4 games. Yeah, Travis, what do you have on the Cowboys, man? Do you agree with everything I said? Anything to pick apart on that?
No, as long as Dak Prescott can not throw INTs, they're gonna be just fine. Stay healthy.
Yeah, stay healthy.
And
I called his first one against you. Won money on
wild
that.
card. I see the wild card.
You don't see them taking the division? You think it's the Eagles too?
It's gonna be the Eagles.
Yeah,
What we
he's
got?
got,
What
he's
we
got them
got the
next.
record at? What we got the record at?
I think they have the same record. I think what were they?
I think 12-5.
12-5. I think that 12 wins is definitely attainable. If dude, I mean, yeah, it's cliche, yeah, it's shit, but if they do stay healthy, bro, they can beat 12 wins. They can get 13.
Thank you for proving my point.
Yeah, they can easily get 13. 100%. 100%. Samo, what do you have on the Cowboys then?
I mean, they make playoffs, but they still got the worst owner in the NFL.
Yeah.
Now,
he's trash.
yeah.
And they also have Dak Prescott, who is consistently year in and year out showed you that he is not the guy. He's not the guy.
You don't believe in him?
No, I don't believe in him at all. Don't believe him. And he's
Yeah,
got to play against the Eagles. You got the Eagles and the Giants that are 2 better teams, I think, in that division. So
I don't know about the Giants,
I
but
don't know about the Giants.
I don't know about
I
the
like what
Giants.
I like what Brian Dable's done with the Giants and how they turned
Dayball,
that around from nothing.
Dayball's got that team in check now, man. Just
I
saying.
That
believe
team is Saquon Bark, one injury from Saquon away from just being
True.
I-
They rode him like
5 pick.
fucking-
Danny
Yeah,
Dimes, though,
I got the Giants coming up. I'll be hitting the Giants up.
I'm with Sam on that though. Like Dak Prescott, man, he's had the best offensive line his whole career.
Yep.
yeah.
Go put him in fucking New Orleans or goddamn out in Arizona, he's gonna get murdered.
Yeah.
He has a
Derek Carr
Jameis
Jr.
Winston here without that line.
Huh?
Jameis Winston 2.0 without that line, bro.
I mean, honestly, no, I do agree with him on that one. Like,
Well-
I've never been a big Dak fan, and I just don't see it.
Yeah, and I think you both are kind of on par with about half the Cowboys fan base because they're about tired of him too. So I think this is definitely a big
Put up
year
or
for
shut
him.
up, man.
For sure, especially with all the weapons they got, man. They should be steamrolling.
It's just like Tony Romo. It's the
Huh?
same shit that went on with Tony Romo.
I mean, you ruin a
I mean-
a good quarterback's career, really going nowhere, man. Like, you can't put that big goofy son of a bitch at the goal line. You know, you can't.
All right, bro. So what-
All right,
you
I got
next.
the Commanders next. We're gonna start at the basement. I think the Commanders. I don't even know what they finished last year, but nobody really fucking cared. I think the best news coming out of Washington this year is Daniel Snyder and his wife are finally out as owners there. We got Josh Harris over there, the same owner as the 76ers. Not really much going on. I think they're just trying to build everything up, get the fan base. A good thing during training camp is the last few years there's been nobody there. This year it's been fucking packed out. So it's good to see like football coming back around
We
after
talked about that last week. You were saying something about the
yeah,
training camp.
practice was huge. The biggest the biggest addition was getting Eric. Well, you gotta say his last name, but enemy.
The enemy, bro.
Yeah,
The
no,
coach that's too hard on his players right now.
yeah, I was just about to mention. I was reading about it saying that he's too hard on his players, but I think when you go that hard, you get that kind of excellence, and like those players need to be whipped into shape. I mean, look where you were at last year, bro. So I mean, they've got a great young offense and defense. They just need. I mean, their defense was one of the top ones last year, I believe, when Chase Young was on the field when he was healthy.
Healthy.
So, I mean, that determines a lot of things. When you have a big player like that takes up most of your, he's a big part of that defense, and he's not there, then you can game plan and be like, oh, go from an A defense to, a D defense. So that's gonna be a big thing.
How about
got
the
Sam
option?
Howell over there. What's
Sorry,
that?
Jamie. How about the option with Chase Young? They didn't pick him up for his 5th year.
No, they
Well,
did. Well, and I think a lot of that is due to his injuries, and he's going to have to prove it this year. So
Yeah.
that's a big thing. But you see that a lot. I mean, I don't, from a business aspect, like you got to the NFL, the owners are in there to make money. As much as you'd love to see your favorite player play their whole fucking year there, never happens that way. I mean,
Yeah.
so that's going to be a big thing. You got Sam Howell, Jacoby Brissett competing. Sam Howell's not been named the starter.
Already looks good.
Brissett's been taking a first team reps
I
for a little
told
while.
you guys from day one, do not sleep on Sam Howell.
Spectrum pick right there, ain't it?
Why not?
Trash.
What have you seen from Sam Howell that makes you so confident in Sam Howell's abilities?
He loves Sam Howell at North Carolina. That's all he would talk about is how great he is. And I was like, this guy's a turnover machine.
North Carolina on his back. That's why. He made North Carolina a football school. Not a bad. They're a football school now.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he
kinda.
did kind of put him on the map, man, because nobody really heard of North Carolina football until then. Honestly, like,
This is the
Mitch
first time I'm hearing
Trubisky.
about North Carolina football.
no, well, I think it was last year. No,
This is right now.
ACC was trash last year.
Who else, man? What else you got on there?
That's really it. You got-
Receivers?
I mean, and they didn't pick up anybody. You still got one of the best
Scary Terry.
down there.
Johanna Dotson, he's good.
Dude, I'm hearing a lot about Jahan Dotson.
Dotson is nasty.
Yeah, and Curtis Samuel too. Curtis Samuel had a couple big games.
Yeah,
last year.
last year too. He's gonna hopefully have a breakout year. But when you got to form that
Be right
consistency,
back.
quarterback and shit, and
Yeah,
then you
man.
got what's his name, 50 Cent,
Yeah.
fucking Gibson up there coming back. Hopefully have
Yes.
a breakout year.
What are they doing here at running back? Because who's the starter?
I've heard it's back to Gibson now. They're giving
Gibson,
it back to Gibson.
Are they doing a two-headed monster deal? They're gonna be spending a lot of time. You think?
Oh, I'm sure.
That's every team, it feels like now. There's
No,
no,
nobody
team
really has
that's
a primary.
solely on one guy now, except for Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Stop it, Jim. Stop it.
What you got on them on defense?
That's what I just talked
I'm,
about. their defense.
I'm reading his fucking notes here. He got four names written down.
I've got shit written. I've already went over everything.
They have a great front seven.
That's what I said.
Yeah, dude.
Their
Dude, their defense last year was phenomenal.
Did
bro.
I say
Kept them in a lot of games.
I said one of the. I said
Oh, I
their
gotta
defense
stay
was-
out.
This one was like, hey, repeat yourself. I just
Okay.
talked. That's mostly what I talked about was the defense.
What you got on the Commanders, Travis?
500 ball. Well, not 500. They'll be in last place in the division. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Another what is it now? 8-9 record. So
Yeah.
8-8.
Sam, what you got
Uh,
on them? What you got on Sam Howell? Is he gonna be MVP this year or what? Rookie?
No, we ain't going that
I'll say they will be last place in the division, but it will be a year for
You gotta
growth.
fix your mic, bro. You gotta put like your fucking like thing closer to your face or something, or like get like closer.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
All right. So look, they're gonna have the worst. They're gonna have to be first team in their division, but it'll be a year to look back on for growth. I think they transition into a better team by next year, 2 years down the road. They got a lot of growing up to do, man.
Yeah.
Scrappy.
I agree. I think they'll be.
They
I
got a
think they'll be-
solid defense. Their defense is good though. Like
Young,
you said,
young,
they got a
young
good defense.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on Sam Howell, basically. I mean, you got good running backs. You got
Bro,
two
you
good
really fucking
receivers.
basing your whole franchise on Sam Howell.
Well, you know
Yeah,
what, dude? You know what?
basically.
Honestly, I don't want to sound too cliche-ish, but that seems very similar to the situation the Jets had about a year or two ago,
Yep.
where the defense was that good, and it just kind of the quarterback situation was kind of in flux. The running back situation was in flux as well, and they kind of built through the draft. They kind of gained some offensive weapons, and like all of a sudden, boom! It takes a quarterback or it takes a move or two, and now you're looking at a team that's competing for a division.
They got a great
Yep.
coach.
Yeah, they're right there. They're right there. I agree. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and spin off into who the fuck did I do?
Giants.
Giants.
Oh yeah, Giants coming in 9-7, third in the division. They lost to Philly in round 2. Brian Dable, like we talked about earlier, coming back in year 2 as head coach of a team that wasn't actually too bad last year in an extremely talented division. Daniel Jones returns under center after his first winning season with the Giants. Not a bad year from him with 15 touchdowns, 240 yards on the ground for a team that doesn't throw the ball that much. Can't really ask for better numbers. I mean, they just takes care of the ball. That's all you really want from him. And I think he's got one of the most underrated pair of legs in the fucking league. I think this kid can move,
Yeah.
especially for someone his, like, his size.
Tough as shit, too.
Oh, dude.
He's
tough
not
as-
scared to go over the top.
Absolutely. And he got that new deal, 4 years, 160 million. In my mind, really well deserved in that. Kind of set the market a little bit for quarterbacks in that mid-range level.
Yeah.
The big story from this team last season was, of course, Saquon Barkley, the revenge story he had. First fully healthy season since his rookie year. You're racking up his third 1,000-yard season with
How many
13.
games? Wasn't he out like 3 games though?
No.
He
No, he played every game last year.
okay.
1,300 yards, added 57 catches as well. If he could stay healthy again, which is the hope, he could put up together, I think, another big year, and the team can remain competitive. It's blatantly obvious when he's not on the field. This team is pretty much dog shit. Surprisingly, they didn't want to give him the deal he deserves. I think he should have gotten a better deal. I think he should have gotten a longer term deal. We lost Travis. Oh well, we'll come back. Bye. But I was really surprised they didn't give him a bigger extension and just did the 1 year thing with him. It's like I said, it's really obvious that they're really bad without him. So I would expect them to he froze up. We got kicked. Well, fucking come back. Come back, Travis. Come back.
Come back.
Dayball's got them boys in check though, man.
Yeah, they're really buying into a system up there in New York, which is good. I mean, it's
Yeah.
real simple, but it works. Like it shows that you don't have to have a top quarterback to be able to win.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
at receiver, they're still pretty thin since letting Kadarius Toney go last year. Isaiah Hodgins looks like the number one here.
Hey,
6'3",
let's not get ahead with Kadarius Toney because I love him. He's decent, but what the fuck did he do in New York besides
He's
stay
hurt.
hurt?
You hurt.
Stay
Yeah,
hurt.
he's
That's all he
hurt
did.
right now.
Yeah, he was hurt, but he was still an option there. And for a team that really needs options, they got Darius Slayton, Paris Campbell, semi decent options. Sterling Shepard looks like he's not going to be ready by week 1. But all in all, like I said, they're semi decent at receiver. Team did add in the offseason perennial tight end bust, in my opinion, Darren Waller.
Absolutely. No,
Whoa.
Dude, we've been waiting for him to have another big year, and it just has not happened. He's been
That
kind
might
of
be that might be a good pickup though, man. He might turn things around in that day ball, system.
He had that rookie tight end last year that was really good, too. Forgot his name.
no.
I don't know.
I thought listen.
fuck. I know who he's talking about.
Jeremy Shockey. No, I think,
Go.
no. To be honest with you, I like Darren Waller, and he's got
Ingram?
size, he's got speed. Yeah, Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
Evan Ingram. Yeah, went to Jacksonville. I think he could be good, but he just needs to stay healthy, bro. He needs to stay on the field, and we really need. I think he'll be a really good option if, like I said, if he can stay healthy and DJ can get him the ball, which he definitely can. Offensive line wise, they look pretty bad. They do have Andrew Thomas, Georgia boy, the first rounder from 2020.
Big contract too.
Huh?
He got that big contract.
Yes, he did, deservedly so.
I love it.
I would have looked to them to really improve somehow in the offseason on their offensive line. They really didn't. They're kind of doing this mix and match approach this year with they're plugging guys in here, they're plugging guys in there, seeing if something kind of works. If they don't improve that offensive line, bro, this team is going to be kind of left in the dust, I think, bro. Because, I mean, DJ can only do so much. Saquon can only stay so healthy. Like, if you don't improve that line, if you don't improve that line, bro, they're going to be in trouble. Defense-wise, they went ahead and they signed big boy Bobby Okereke at linebacker, who's been a tackling machine in Indianapolis. He had 151 last year. He's very good against the run. Little not the best in the pass. He did have 5 pass defenses.
What's up,
He's gonna be-
Missy?
Sissy. It's Sissy, bro.
That's what I meant. I was thinking of my
Damn,
mind at
bro.
the same
Who
time.
said hi to me?
Jamie.
Jamie.
Yeah, no, Jamie, we're not cool. You definitely were talking shit about Texas Roadhouse. Like,
I damn
You're an
sure
idiot.
was. I damn sure was.
Dude, so you were watching?
Damn.
I mean, I saw you had 2 people, so it was me and
Why didn't you? You got to comment more. We have no comments.
Nobody
I
likes
think
it.
the problem is I'm broadcasting to the page again.
Yeah, you got to go to yours.
I got to go to mine.
Because I
And then share on the
just
page.
Go back to
We'll do that next week. It is what it is.
Good
They got
night.
Micah McFadden at will linebacker. He's improved according to new
You gotta
DC.
think whoever's on the page is already friendly. So like,
Like Martindale.
yeah.
The D line is definitely their strong suit. They got Dexter Lawrence, Big Cat, Leonard Williams, and of course the monstrosity, Kayvon Thibodeau, who's played some stuff up at front, and he has also played linebacker. He does kind of both. He's got a kind of that whatchamacallit, that kind of wishy-washy. He can go up front and play it well. Wishy-washy. Secondary wise, got a good chunk of young guys and rookies filling it out. You got Xavier McKinney, who's been decent, as well as strong safety Jason Pinnock. This defense, even with the young secondary, still like compete like they did last year due to the guys up front. The lack of big offensive firepower, I think, is going to be kind of what hurts this team, if there is something that does hurt them, especially coming up against the defense in the Philly, defense in Dallas. I think they're going to have a lot of issues. Yeah, their defense can kind of keep them in it, but I mean, those 2 offenses are also so very good.
I mean, even in Washington's defense, like all 3 of those defenses are very tough to play against.
yeah, even with Saquon being completely healthy, without the offensive line help, without the improvements there, the defense looks a little shoddy. Other than the up front issues, I find them kind of getting left in the dust here, man. I got them either the same at the best. I got them the same as last year at 9-7.
Yeah.
Maybe if Darren Waller shows out and they start putting up more points on the board, DJ somehow doubles his touchdown production, which I don't think he will. I mean, I see this team at 9-7,
They
potentially even getting worse.
They have to go up though. I mean, honestly, I think the expectation for him and Dave Ball and everything, they got to improve.
Especially with the contract. Do you think they do improve? No. Travis, what you got on them?
Saquon or bust. That's the Giants this year.
So
Saquon
what
or
happens?
bust.
Let's just say, for instance, that man has a breakout year. Do you think they fucking pay him next year or just tag him again?
Just
I mean, he
tag
had a
him. Why would
breakout
you
year
pay him?
last year, didn't he? I mean, he
Yeah,
had
he
a
had
great year
his
last
first
year.
fully healthy season since his rookie year, 1,350 yards, I think, on the ground.
So you think they
And
tag
then he
him
had
again? Let's just
Yeah.
say he has the same numbers he did last season.
Okay, speaking from a
tag him
business
again.
perspective, yeah, why not?
But then he's gonna go out there and just slam the shit out of you. But do you think somebody else is gonna offer him? Because then
Who
Oh, yeah.
cares, bro? What's he gonna go on Twitter?
I mean, that's what they do.
Oh, my bad, X.
that's what
And
they
he's
do
gonna
now.
he's gonna complain about the team franchise. They
That's-
did that this year, and look what happened. He's still
And then he
fucking
signs a contract for $1 million more after
Yeah.
all the NFL running back market.
But look,
Yeah.
you like we talked about all the expectations that have to be, made in order for him to make this money this season is kind of stupid too. Like,
yeah, the bars
Yeah.
that are not attainable
yeah,
because
just
they're either
something that
career
he can't
year
control.
numbers or he's never hit them before.
And then also
Yeah.
they have to make the playoffs. Like he can't control that.
No, hell no. Travis, you agree?
Yeah, at best, same record. If not, they'll be down there at Washington at 8-9.
Samo, you like the Giants, bro. You said something about it earlier. What you got on it? Fire away.
11-6.
Ah!
Second in the division.
Who?
You heard it here first.
Who?
Who?
11-6. Second in division.
Who?
Spectrum.
Second in the division, not first, not
Second.
last.
Who's first?
Eagles probably.
Philly.
Perfect time to segue into that. Jamie, hit us with the Eagles, baby.
I don't like
The Philadelphia
drafted
Dogs.
really well. I hate the fucking Eagles,
Bro, I hate dude the entire year last year. I was calling them pretenders. The whole season, I'm like, this team's gonna lose it the first game they play in the playoffs. Go to the fucking Super Bowl.
I mean,
Right.
And
the
I took
Super
them. I
Bowl.
took them in the NFC title game too. I had to give them their props, man. They fucking played out. But what you got on them?
I mean, they're really not much has changed for them. They've kind of kept the same, for general. They drafted really well, obviously. A couple Georgia boys. There.
Yes.
Very, very great additions. to that
Jalen.
defense. Way to get them young, really great kids. They get them young, get them cheap. They're on pace to win a couple.
Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter,
He's
who?
a beast.
You got
He's gonna
Jalen
get back to
Carter.
form. Hopefully, none of this shit with Georgia and all that shit affects him. Hopefully, on the field, but we'll see. That's yet to be determined. I just was reading that Jalen Hurts is the number 3 overall player according to the NFL in the top 100.
Well, I can tell you right now, at least fantasy wise, he's up there with Mahomes and Allen in projected numbers this year. They're saying he's
Yeah.
gonna throw the ball more. They're saying he's got the stuff on the ground. They've got a killer.
He's a
option out
wannabe
there. They
Justin
got plenty of
Fields.
weapons.
That team is.
DeAndre
fucking-
Swift,
I mean, just
if
love.
he can stay healthy.
If he can stay healthy.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the quarterback, he's got receivers. You need a running back. Like they got you. Like I think who did they get? What's his name?
DeAndre Swift.
Yes, I was drawing a blank. Swift. Yeah. I mean, if
Fucking
he
kid doesn't,
stays
he doesn't do his
healthy.
homework. This kid doesn't do his
I
fucking
had it in
homework.
my head. I just
Why do
couldn't remember. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I see them going to the Super Bowl again. Honestly,
Receivers.
Nelson Aguilar, is he still there?
No,
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith,
yeah.
AJ Brown.
Yeah, I got to go through them again. That's
Yeah.
what I said. Everything's kind of stayed the same for them. They've been lucky to be able to keep most of their big pieces. I think who did they have leave? One of the big linemen.
Fletcher?
But most of their core
Fletcher.
pieces have been able to keep together. So I see them staying on the same trajectory. They're just really hot. Jalen Hurts stays. He did great last season. I don't see him declining at
Dude,
all.
you know who I really like, man? Fucking Dallas Goddard, bro.
He's
He's
been,
so
he's always been
dependable.
consistent.
Yep.
His whole life, yeah.
Yeah.
Even with Zach Ertz being there, you could always count on Goddard.
Well, Ertz left when he went to Arizona
Yep.
to play for
Yeah.
that absolutely awesome franchise they have.
And on paper, it looked great.
Yeah,
I mean, they just draft so well. the
they do.
Eagles.
They do.
I mean,
all these moves are made through the draft. right?
So-
All these guys.
so you got Jordan Davis last year. You pick up Jalen Carter. Then you get Nolan Smith later on in the
Yeah.
first round. That was supposed to be a top 10 pick. Keelan Ringo, who was a late first round or second round, drops to the third and fourth round for
They're
him.
calling them the Philadelphia Bulldogs, aren't they?
pretty much.
Some shit like that, but that defense is gonna be stout, bro.
Yeah, I know. When they picked Jalen Carter, I'm like,
I knew that was happening.
Dogs on defense.
yeah. What you got, Travis? What you got on the Eagles, man?
First place, 14-3.
I disagree.
13.
Samo, what you got?
First place, but I'm going 13-4. Second round exit this time. They're not making the Super Bowl.
Hold on, boy.
Don't even ask me who's making it out the NFC this year. You don't want to know.
Yeah.
49ers gang.
Oh shit, we should have had you on last week, bro.
49ers gang to the bowl.
Travis, you got Philly. You got Philly.
In the
Samo, you got
division, yeah.
Philly? All I gotta say, bro. All I gotta say is, how about them Cowboys?
Negative.
All
I
right,
got the
Skip
Cowboys
Bayless.
taking the division this year. I see Dak Prescott having a big year. I see everybody staying healthy. I see Tony Pollard being the bell cow. I see Tony Pollard hitting 1,400 rushing yards at least, probably adding a good 200 through the air, probably about 60 receptions. I think he's going to be one of the top 3 running backs in football this year. I think the offensive line is going to be coming back healthy. I think Zach Martin will come to his senses and sign with the most expensive and profitable franchise in all of sports. I got Dallas coming over to the Eagles, but those other teams are shit. I'll let you I'll let you start off with the no, I should start off because you need to go last because the Falcons are going to go the Falcons last.
Well, I have another team I'm doing.
You can
too.
go ahead with the Falcons, man. Bedtime.
No, we got hit. That's the main event, bro. It's the main event. I got NFC South. It's mind blowing to me how god awfully shit all these fucking teams are. And like we always have to deal with some fucking like 7-10 or like 8-9 team in the playoffs that just gets busted out real quick.
That was the South a few years ago, the NFC South, wasn't it?
Yeah, NFC South now, bro. I think they're all fucking trash. I think
No, it was the NFC West that was like that a few years
Yeah,
ago.
I
It was
know,
the
but-
yeah,
Seahawks.
well,
That's the South
last year
West.
NFC West was a lot better, but I mean, I do have yeah. I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna start off with the Saints. Coming in 7-9, third in the division. Saints coming off a pretty dismal season where we saw a new head coach Dennis Allen and Kamara with another middle of the road season with Michael Thomas out most of the year. Still, hopefully he gets a full season this time around. He's looking healthy. They're saying he's
That's
ready
a
to
full
go.
Season, 4 games.
Fuck, who knows? We saw the true mediocrity of the Andy Dalton, Jameis Winston combo they went with last year. Not very good. Positive note though, Chris Olave had a very good year.
Yep.
Yeah, median
Olave
impact in his
ball.
rookie year, 1,000 yards, 72 receptions. This year though, the team did add Derek Carr from Vegas. They hope he can jumpstart this offense a little bit, lead of Olave to crush his numbers from last year, open up the run game for Kamara.
That's really what they felt like they needed with the quarterback, honestly.
Yeah, and they got one. I thought he was a pretty decent option.
Yeah.
Olave, like we said, always bet on second-year wideouts, bro. This is the way. This is what you got.
Yep.
Kamara's out the first 3 games, like we talked about. The team's gonna look to Jamal Williams, who's got a lot of heart coming from, I believe, Detroit.
Yep.
I like his heart. Always liked him. He's gonna be pretty good for those first few games. I think he'll be a decent option for them, especially when Kamara does come back to get some of the weight off his shoulders. He's getting a little older. You don't want to run him too hard. Besides Thomas and Olave, there really isn't much else at receiver for me. Traquan Smith did have a couple big games. The rest are kind of decent to subpar. Offensive line wise, they're similarly decent as well. Trevor Penning at left tackle, Andrews Pete, who we talked about with the injury, he's looking kind of hurt. Eric McCoy at center. Big Susie Ruiz, I thought was pretty damn good for them last year. Right guard as well as Ryan Ramczyk. They should have some decent protection for Carr. It's not when you're top 10, top 15 units, but I mean they're decent enough, I think, for them to be okay in this division, especially with how bad everybody else is. Juwan Johnson comes in at tight end, another somewhat decent option, kind of middle of the road everywhere besides Kamara, Thomas, and Olave on offense. Defense, they've got some bright spots though. Notably Cam Jordan, of course, has been very good in the past, as well as former Jet Demario Davis at linebacker, both Pro Bowlers last year. Nathan Shepard on the line has been pretty dependable as well. Another former Jet. And Pete Warner at linebacker. Another bright spot to me is definitely the Honey Badger. Tyron Matteo, 3 picks and 91 tackles last year, as well as Marcus May at free safety. Former Jet. He's been a little bit injury prone, though. That's the problem. If he stays healthy, they got a pretty good 1-2 punch back there. They also got Jonathan Abram. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Kind of under the radar. Jonathan Abram, he can actually come in at corner too a little bit.
It gets harder concussion every time.
Yeah, no shit. Other corners, Marshawn Lattimore, Paulson Adiebo, Bradley Roby. Overall, I don't think the loss of Kamara for the first 3 games is going to hurt them much. I think Derek Carr should kind of jumpstart them. This team can win 9 games. They won 7 last year. 2 more games with a better quarterback is not totally out of the question with how bad the rest of the division is. Especially if Thomas can come back. Olave's their second year. I think they're going to have a pretty decent year. I don't think they're going to be trash by any means, but I mean, compete for a wild card maybe if hopefully the other teams competing are not as good. I don't see them winning the division though. As bad as they are. What do you got for the Saints?
500 probably.
500, same area. Travis,
6 wins, 5 or 6 wins.
5 or 6 wins. You think they're
Slant boy, he's going to get hurt again. Kamara has never had a 1,000-yard rushing year.
He's a receiving back. He gets more yards through the air.
Jamal Williams is just a goal line back. I mean, he's a good goal line back. Don't get me wrong. Defense is going to keep him in games, but Derek Carr, when the pressure's on, he always chokes. Ask Kansas City. All the primetime games he's been in with Kansas City, up 17-0, 24-0, and just chokes it away.
That game last year, bro, was not last year. The season before was fucking insane.
That Monday night.
The overtime with Kelsey, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I won so much. Dude, I think I won $1,000 on that. I put everything I had on second half bets, and I had Kelsey over everything. And dude, I had Mahomes over, I had Kelsey over, I had Carr under. I fucking bet the hound. I bet $250 on it. 1,000. Samo, who you got?
Let me
What
tell
you
you,
got? What do you got? What do you
man.
got for the Saints?
the Saints are not going to be good. They're going to be probably the same as last year. Adding Derek broke down Carr is not going to help them. Dude is garbage. I don't care what you say. I don't care about the stats. He's trash. He's fucking
You're-
trash.
You're just mad because he cost you in to go to the fantasy football playoffs.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Fuck that guy and fuck the Saints. So
I mean, Earl Spence cost us some money though.
I will
Like,
say this though: adding Jamal Williams was very solid because if they get to the goal line, he's money. So
I like Jamal
he's
Williams.
money, bro.
So what do you got the record at? How do you wins?
6-10.
6-11.
6-11.
I always
Yeah,
forget
6
how
and
many
11.
games, dude.
Yeah, we
I have
did
to go
that
back
every
into
year.
8-8-6.
Third
Last year
place.
was rough, bro.
Third place.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I can't do math that quick.
Who you got? Who you got, Jamie?
I don't remember the other team. What was it? Which one did you want?
Oh,
I'm making shit up whatever I say. So
you got Tampa Bay.
yes.
Do we even have to
Bay.
do this?
Baker Bay.
Baker Bay after my boy.
Fuck's sakes.
It's gonna be interesting down there in Tampa Bay to see the evolution of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Tom Brady leaving. Baker Mayfield, I've heard a lot of good reports out of there. Actually, him being quarterback down there, fitting in. Maybe he finds a new home down there, matures a little bit.
He didn't look too bad when he came in relief with the Rams, bro.
No, yeah, he won that game for him. I mean, I think maybe this will be a new start for him, a new beginning. Hopefully, we'll see. I mean, he's still got some studs at wide receiver there. They cannot run the ball worth a fuck. So that's
White.
got to change, especially for Baker Mayfield, because he is not a 75 throw the ball type guy.
Rashad White, bro. I'm hearing a lot
Yep.
about
Yeah,
Rashad
well, he did
White.
last year too, but
Hearing a lot.
it really comes down to they don't have an offensive line for that. Like they've been terrible at blocking the run. I think Lawrence Fournette, like I'm pretty sure he had more catches than he did rushing attempts last year.
Lawrence Fournette.
Lawrence Fournette. Yeah,
Lawrence Fournette. Who?
Leonard Fournette.
Ooh,
That shit-
Spectrum.
Lawrence Leonard Fournette. Anyway, I think did he retire?
Leonard Soft Tissue Fournette getting in caught.
Soft tissue Fournette.
What do they call him?
He's old, man. He's old.
I don't. Is he even on the team anymore?
No.
Nah, he got in a car wreck the other day and got caught. Like they were like, "Oh, thank you for he stayed alive and all that." Next thing you know, they found drugs in his car.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Of course they did. It
course
was
they
in
did.
Jacksonville. He's been all right, but he's up here.
What about them receivers? Godwin,
That's what
Evans.
I'm saying.
they got
He's
receivers.
got a plethora of
Goatwin.
receivers. You
Goatwin.
need to get a running game going for the offense to be productive because otherwise they'll just sit back and dime and eat Baker Mayfield's ass up. The defense, that was pretty shitty last year too. I didn't really see any big moves or improvements on that, so I don't know what they're gonna do this year. That whole division is a shit show. It's a toss up. Really, the only like halfway decent team I see coming out of there is the Falcons, because Tampa Bay, I honestly don't know what to expect out of them right now. I have no idea.
Interesting.
Worst record in the league.
Interesting.
Put it down.
Is that what you're predicting? What do you think? What do you think, Travis?
3 or 4 wins. I mean, the only bright spot on the offensive line is that Tristan Wirfs guy. He's about it. And then the defense.
What do you think about Rashad White?
Oh, great player. I mean, he's just like Leonard Fournette, except for more tough. But you got to have a line to run the ball. So
That's what I'm trying to
You
say.
think, you
There's
think he's
nothing.
just a diamond in a sea of poop?
pretty much.
Yeah. Samo?
Yeah, I think they get like 6 or 7 wins. I'm gonna go as low and say 3 or 4. But I think we'll get to the Panthers, but that's they'll get 3 or 4 wins. But I give the Bucks 6 or 7 wins. I mean, they got
Baker Mayfield.
Godwin and Mike Evans. I mean, 2 vet wide receivers that can ball every night. Baker
Listen.
Mayfield. He's got something to prove. If he doesn't prove it this year, he's out of the league. He's done. This is make or break for his career.
Listen, Tampa Bay's going to have him on a short leash. It's going to be
Oh,
he gets 2 games. He gets 2 games, and that's it. Then they're going to go to the other rookie kid from Florida, Kyle Trask, and if he doesn't do anything, they're going to go pick up some.
Kyle Trask.
Get the fuck out of here.
Who?
They're gonna ride Baker for a while until
Nah,
They're going to do the Falcons
2 or
thing
3
with
games.
Mariota?
They have
Nah,
nothing to
bruh.
lose. They have nothing
They're
to
gonna
lose.
give
or win.
Baker
They're not
respect,
winning
man.
this year.
At least 4 or 5 games for Baker if he does.
If he
Exactly.
if he
No,
sucks it up the first 2
here's
games,
the
it's
fucking
over.
problem. Here's the problem. They're not going to be playing for shit, but they're going to be in contention for the playoffs the whole fucking season because the whole division shit like the Falcons did last year with Mariota. It's the same situation.
Falcons getting 11 wins this year.
No, I don't have the Falcons winning
Easy.
division whatsoever.
It's 'cause you're-
Easy.
You're a Jets fan.
But okay, whatever.
Hold on.
That's around. All right.
10.
Next
Give you
up,
10.
I got the Carolina Panthers, 7-10, second in their division last year. Coming off their first McCaffrey-less season. They started
John
1-4.
Wolford, yeah,
John Wolford. Oh my God, John Wolford. I forgot about it. Bro, did they get everybody? All the fucking cuts from fucking LA? Bro, I didn't know that. Bro, okay. But yeah, they started 1-4 last year. They ended up firing Matt Rule. They brought in Steve Wilkes, the defensive passing game coordinator, whatever the fuck a defensive passing game coordinator is. I don't even know
Steve
what that means.
Wilkos, the Wilkos show.
Yeah, Steve
Wilkos boy?
Wilkes. Bro, what
Hey.
do any of you know what a defensive passing game coordinator is?
No idea.
Me
No
neither.
idea.
Me neither. Overall, the move did look to spark the team a little bit. They kind of went on a little bit of a run there. Like I said, they started 1-4, ended up 7-10. So I mean, with a brand new head coach and absolutely nothing at quarterback, that you can't really ask for too much there. They had Sam Darnold. I think we did have a couple PJ Walker sightings. Notably the big game where he had that huge pass. I think remember that one? It was
It's against Atlanta.
Yeah, to DJ Moore, right?
Yep. DJ Moore in the end zone to go to
60
overtime.
yarder. Yeah,
Yep.
I remember that. Yeah. So the funny thing is, I put down. I forget who they're playing. Thank you for filling that in.
It was the Falcons.
Yeah, we saw the rookie running back Blackshear come in. He had some games. The defense did give us some stuff to talk about. They had Corey Littleton, Shaq Thompson at linebacker, as well as Brian Burns, bro. Fucking monstrosity.
Yes.
We'll talk
Beast.
about him in a second. Well, lo and behold, fast forward to 2023. They made the huge trade with Chicago. Here we are beginning the Bryce Young era in Carolina, the number one out of Bama. Word out of camp is he's extremely intelligent and he's picking up the game very fast. There's a lot of good talk about him, which is, I think, the most important thing for a young quarterback is how quick he can pick up the game, how quick he can adapt to the speed of the game. I don't see him having too bad of a year at all.
Nope.
The rest of the division, defense wise, I don't think it's going to give him too much trouble. This is one of those teams where I was talking to you about it earlier, where we had it last year too, where we hit a division and like I would go into it thinking, okay, this team's probably gonna be kind of shitty, and I can kind of see how this is going. And then I start actually looking at the team. And I start seeing some names jump off the page. I start seeing some surprises, and it kind of changes my opinion on them. Mainly, it's the receivers here. Adam Thielen comes in from Minnesota after absolutely getting cucked by fucking Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkinson.
Yep.
Bro, completely took his spot away. There was nothing at all that showed us that he wasn't the Adam Thielen that he's always been, except for the fact that Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkinson were getting volume.
Yep.
He wasn't the number one anymore.
But
We
he's
don't
not
know.
I don't think he's a number one anymore.
Well, yeah, you don't think that. We don't know that because he hasn't been the number one because they've had Justin Jefferson, and nobody in this league is as good as Justin Jefferson. He's the consensus best receiver.
Well,
He's the consensus probably best receiver we've seen in the last 5 years, bro.
Easy.
And
5 years?
Easy.
Yeah, and that completely overshadows a guy like Thielen, who is getting older, but he was still there was
I
some
think the
spots
Jets
where-
guy's going to be up there with them. Garrett Wilson's going to be up there with them.
Yeah, I think
Chase.
No.
Garrett Wilson has.
No.
Justin Jefferson's better than
No.
both of them. I love
Oh, better right
I love
now,
Garrett
yeah,
Wilson. Jamar Chase is arguably not even the number one in Cincinnati.
what?
That's a talk for a different show though.
Whoa.
We talked about this. I was listening back to one of our shows last year. God, we're getting off track, but where with the AFC title game show where we were talking about T. Higgins looks like he can even be the number one there. T. Higgins, I think, has shown more than Jamar Chase has. Jamar Chase is great in volume, and he's great. He's a good little fast
so
stat
he's
back.
dependable and he can be on the field.
He's
The best
not-
availability
But he's not
is
he's not over
availability.
6 feet tall
Guys,
and
we're
catch
getting
balls
off track
where you
here.
really need
But
him.
you can
Jamar's way
You
better than
can't
Higgins.
depend on him like you can depend on T. Higgins. No
Stop it.
way. Whenever
Stop
when
there,
he's on the
baby.
field.
Yeah, dude.
Stop.
Whenever they've been down, whenever they've really needed somebody to
Text
catch
him.
the ball in Cincy, it's
Text
been
him.
T. Higgins.
Yeah, because there's double coverage on fucking Jamar Chase.
You don't even need
Yeah,
double coverage
Jamar
because he's
plays on
fucking
double coverage, bro.
pipsqueak. I like Jamar Chase by all intents, but who would you rather?
Kirk
Who
Cousins.
would you rather draft, Jamar Chase or let's say let me pick somebody else because
Kirk
everyone would
Cousins.
pick Justin Jefferson, but would you rather pick Jamar Chase or maybe?
over anybody in the league, pretty much. Yeah.
Garrett Wilson,
Yeah.
kind of up there, a true number one.
DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah.
You don't see T Higgins ripping into his production numbers at all.
I can see Wilson.
I can see
Wilson and
But
Elmer.
he's not healthy all the time. That's the biggest thing, dude.
Okay,
That's what hinders.
But
so many
I'm
people's
talking
career.
about one next to the other. I'm
Yeah,
talking
if
about
they're healthy,
you're throwing it to this guy or you're throwing it to this guy.
Right, but yeah, you
don't want
talk
the
The
about
only
Wilson
person I wouldn't pick over. The only person I wouldn't pick Jamar Chase over is Jefferson, Diggs, and Hill. I put Chase fourth, best receiver in the league.
I agree.
I don't know about Diggs. I like Diggs.
Yeah.
He's really
I
smart.
agree. Either way, off track. The team also added, I didn't even know this, they added DJ Chark
Yep.
and Laviska Shenault from Jacksonville,
Fuck
which are
that ball, bitch.
both pretty decent. And Hayden Hurts from Cincinnati. So they've got
Yeah, I
options.
saw that.
They've got options there, actually. They look like they could be a pretty formidable group. Thielen with the chip on his shoulder, as well as a new run game behind fucking Barry Sanders.
Miles Sanders.
Yeah, same thing, whatever. No, seriously though, Miles Sanders is actually pretty damn solid, man. He's not a bad option at running back at all. I
Nope.
think they improved huge.
Not a great runner, but he's great out of the backfield.
No, and they also have Chuba Hubbard there too at backup, who's
Yep.
been a pretty decent.
Fullback,
Solid.
big enough.
I think Bryce Young might have just what he needs to kind of have a Trevor Lawrence-esque kind of debut. I think he's kind of on that same trajectory as Jacksonville was. We do have some questions on the O-line, though. They were pretty decent last year, just outside of top 10 at the O-line. They got some injury issues. Austin Corbett's coming on off an ACL. Iquanu comes in left tackle. Christensen left guard. Big vet Bradley Bozeman out of Alabama at center. And Tyler Moton, who only gave up 17 pressures last year at right tackle. He's actually very underrated. I think they have a very underrated offensive line. If Austin Corbett can come back, I think they can potentially have maybe a top 10 group there, which would be really good for Miles Sanders
Yeah,
because he
man.
needs protection. I keep choking on my spit.
Swallow it next time.
Yeah. I think, if Young ends up being the guy that everybody thinks he can be, I think this team can really be in for like a real bust out kind of season. I think they can put up some numbers. I think they're going to turn a lot
Yep.
of heads here in Carolina.
Kind of like his little head.
Yeah. Defense wise, I mentioned Shaq Thompson, linebacker. Well, Brian Burns, bro. Total monster last year. He had 12 and a half sacks,
Jeez.
63 tackles. Coming into his fifth year, he's coming into his prime. I think he can match that or even beat those numbers this season. Frankie Luvu's there as well from the Jets, as well as Justin Houston. The Cats have Derek Brown and Henry Anderson on the line, as well as Shai Tuttle from the Saints at nose. In the secondary, there's a few studs: Von Bell, Xavier Woods, Jeremy Chin, CJ Henderson, Dante Jackson, a little banged up right now, but they can provide some cover here. This
Chase
team
Horn.
actually looks pretty damn okay on paper.
Chase
In
Horn.
the division this bad, they have all the chances to run away with this division, to be honest with you. I don't see anybody else with as much firepower as they do actually at receiver. They got the rookie quarterback Bryce Young. He's the best rookie quarterback there is right now. Obviously, he's the number one pick. They've got Adam Thielen, bro. He's dependable. They've got DJ Chark. He's shown he's been pretty good. I think this team takes the division. I got the Carolina Panthers, my NFC South winners this year. I think they win probably 9 or 10 games at least, which is more than enough to win the division, sadly. But this team could definitely win 9 or 10 games. And
Smoking on dust, bro.
That's all you really need. What you got on Carolina?
Trash the third.
Okay, you're wrong. Travis, what you got?
Second place, 9 wins, 7 losses. They might get 10. Can Bryce Young stay healthy and take an NFL hit? That's the big issue. He's maybe 5'9", 160 pounds.
Yeah,
We're trying big.
Maybe. That's
it's that adjustment to NFL speed that's going to be
Yeah.
the big key. You'll see that in preseason.
I
We'll see-
mean,
we'll see
you
what
saw
he
what
has.
happened in the national title game against Georgia when he finally started getting smacked around a little bit.
Yeah, but
It's
hey,
crazy.
that's what I'm saying with their offensive line, bro. They were just like I said, they were just outside of top 10 last year.
And
They could be a
then
top 10 unit, and
For-
hopefully that gives them some protection. Samo,
Worst team in NFL. Last place.
the fucking spectrum take, bro.
Adam Thielen? Who? DJ Chark? Who?
He'll have
Stop
half a
it.
dozen touchdowns.
Bryce Young, rookie?
that is
Stop.
the most spectrum take I've ever heard in my
Dude,
life.
it's terrible.
Worst
He gives,
team?
but you know what?
They're not even the worst team in that division.
Stop.
No.
Tampa is.
That's what I said. They're not even the
No.
worst team. in
Tampa
the
Bay is
division.
100%.
Yeah.
Fucking dogs in that division.
I
bro.
agree.
Baker Bay, dude. Baker Bay.
Baker Bay, bro. Yo, this
Listen
kid's on the fucking spectrum. All right, Jamie,
Let it begin.
let's go.
Just because I know
Rise up. What the Falcons do?
this is the
Rise up.
only team I know something about because I got to listen to them all the time. Anyway, the Falcons.
What
I
the
think-
Falcons do?
I think and I probably shouldn't go out on a limb because every time I bet on these fucking people, they always lose just like the Jets, and they do the opposite. Anyway, I think the Falcons have the potential to be the best team in that division by far, and it's not even close.
And
It's his time. He's got all his people in there. They finally got some money in this year to be able to go out and get what they needed, and they did. They've got a lot of defensive players. It looks like they're building up to make a run this year because they have a lot of older people on 1-year contracts, like Calais,
Calais Campbell's there.
yeah, Calais Campbell, Bud Dupree.
They're building up to make a
They
run.
really, I mean, why would you?
Where are they running?
Why, to the Super Bowl? Why else would you sign 1 year?
To the Super
At
Bowl?
least they've been in the last.
You
To the
call me
Super Bowl?
When's the
Spectrum.
last time you've been?
Call me Spectrum.
We have
Hey.
a ring. We've got a ring, bro.
They've been to one a hell of a lot sooner.
And
than
so
you.
what? Oh wow,
Anyway,
we've been to one
I
too.
digress. Let me finish.
I've been to a
Let
strip.
me-
I've been to a
let
strip
me-
club. That doesn't mean I'm fucking every
Let
girl
me
in
break
Miami.
this shit down to you. Dude. What's that got to do? You got to make it there to at least win it.
There to at least win.
How's the playoffs feel? Anyway, back to what I was saying. This
How's
is
getting eliminated? Feel.
doesn't matter. I'm a Patriots fan.
I
I have more rings than you have fucking hair on
We're
top
about
of
to
your
be.
head,
We're about to
alright?
be in the playoffs for the next 3 years straight,
Alright.
so it's all right.
And when's the last time y'all went to the playoffs?
2011.
Yeah, because the Patriots.
2011?
Yeah,
Okay.
we eliminated. the
Pipe down over there.
We
Pipe
eliminated.
down over there. Make the playoffs first.
I want to hurt them too
Okay.
bad.
Win
Anyway,
a Super Bowl first.
Back to the Falcons. Desmond Ritter, it's his time to shine. There's been a lot of good stuff coming out of camp. That offense is going to be great with their what was it, number 3 pick, Bijan Robinson. Nothing but great things. He's been compared to LaDainian Tomlinson. He's great out of the backfield, very strong runner. The offensive line is set up front, so this is going to be fantastic. What's so funny?
I can't take this seriously.
Why? Because I know what I'm talking about.
They're
for once?
comparing him to LaDainian Tomlinson.
I'm
Okay.
just telling you what.
Hey,
That's
you
pretty
know who the
bold.
Jets running back the
Pretty
last
bold.
time he made the playoffs was?
LaDainian
LaDainian Tomlinson.
He's gonna be a great. I really during the draft I did not want them to pick an offensive player, but really this is gonna be great for that. They've got Drake London, Kyle Pitts is finally coming back from injury. He's been out there practicing.
Hopefully he can stay healthy.
Hopefully.
Mac
He is
Collins been
what do they call
killing
him?
it.
A unicorn? I thought that meant something else, but I don't know. Anyway, I digress.
Mac Hollins
What's
has
going
been
on?
tearing
What's
it
up
up.
with
They got
Kyle
Mac
Pitts, bro?
Collins,
been
what's
tearing
his
it
name?
up.
Scotty Miller. They got Ogundeji who got hurt the other day at practice, but they said it's nothing too
what?
major. Ogundeji?
Ogun
Ogundeji?
Ogundeji?
Yeah, cornerback from Ohio State. Yeah, he came from the Lions.
Yep.
They had somebody else get hurt at practice.
Jeffrey
Okudah.
Okuda's down.
Yeah, Kuda was the name I was thinking of. Yeah, my bad. But yeah, I see them making, and they've got a lot of depth in defense, which their defense was not bad last year. Really, what held them down was that offense and that fucking piece of shit quitter, fucking Mariota.
It would have been interesting to see if we can
Had
get some more-
Desmond Ritter.
had
yeah.
Desmond Ritter play more games.
I
last
agree,
year.
but at the same time, you have to look at it from his standpoint. Blah 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 blah. We play that fucking tape over again. I see them really being a good team if Desmond Ritter transitions into that quarterback. They don't need him to win the game. They just need him not to lose it. And they have all the pieces, around him and that defense. I'm telling you, man, they're gonna be a good team.
Hey, that's honestly that's why we ended up grabbing Aaron Rodgers for the same reason. We need him to not win the game, but to not lose the fucking game.
And I think Desmond Ritter can do that because he's played so many games at Cincinnati. He brought them almost to the championship game when they lost against TCU. I mean, he's a winner, and I think he just needed some time to gel with that team. I mean, it's gonna be a good team this year, man.
Oh yeah, Bijan is listed as a third string running back right now.
Oh, we have a 3
Oh yeah, Tyler Jr. had another 1,000-yard rusher right there. Cordell Patterson, like
Sal calls him a bum. Sal thinks Bijan's a bum.
the kid hasn't even played a snap in the NFL.
I know he might not play at all. He's be third string. He's
Kobe.
listed as
I
third
bet you
string
the
running back.
first play of the game will be a screen pass to him or a run up the middle with Tyler Algier. You just got this is your 3rd overall pick. Yeah, he's playing. He's not a bum. But
Well, so he's been playing a lot of slot receiver too.
and
Been
he's-
seeing
I
a
mean,
lot of
that's-
stuff where they're putting him at the slot.
So they want to be Cordell Patterson again?
Listen,
I mean, that's his game.
all we need is Desmond Ritter to take care of the ball. We're winning 10 or 11 games.
11-6, man.
Easy.
Right? Yeah.
10 or 11 games, easy.
11-6, dude.
Control
That's
the-
trash.
Control the clock.
They want to. Dude, Carolina's.
They're gonna finish.
Carolina's gonna sweep them.
They're gonna finish at worst 4-2 in the division. At
Carolina's
Spectrum,
gonna
worst.
sweep
dude.
them,
You are
man.
on the
Ryan
spectrum.
Burns.
You are definitely on the spectrum.
You were at the top of the spectrum
Dude.
of that take, dude.
Yo, you know what's so funny about this? Because I've become kind of a more of a realist with the Jets as time has gone on.
And I
You know?
hate the Falcons.
Yeah, and we always fuck around, saying Super Bowl, whatever. When no one's expecting us to go to the Super Bowl or anything. But you guys, all three of you, sound like delusional Jets fans from about 5 or 10 years ago. Then this is our year. I'm hearing.
I hate the Falcons. What are you talking about? I fucking hate
that's
them.
what makes it so crazy because I'm hearing talks about Bijan Robinson's gonna be the next Ladainian Tomlinson.
They're comparing
I
to
never heard
my
that.
style like him.
Yeah, I compared Zach Wilson's style of quarterback to Patrick Mahomes too,
Okay.
and everyone called me fucking wild.
Well, but
They play the same
That
way.
is
They
the
roll out and
biggest
throw the
spectral
ball.
take.
It's the same fucking thing. It's
He
the
looks
same
so
thing.
good without pads on.
It's the same thing, bro.
Take
It's
the
the
pads
same
off.
No, it's
thing.
not.
I'm hearing all Desmond Ritter. Desmond
Now,
Ritter.
I haven't
all
heard great things
take
about him.
care of the ball.
Ritter needs to do is take care of the ball. What at all makes you think he has this ability to do that?
He did it last year in the 4 games he played.
Would have been nice if he would have played
And
like 8.
progressed.
83. Hold up. 83.5 QBR. 4 games he played. 64% completion rating. 2 tutties.
touchdowns.
Almost 800 yards.
But that offense isn't
2
set.
touchdowns.
That
and-
offense
they're
was
not
not
made
set up to throw the ball last season.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
they set up to throw the ball this year.
Yeah.
We got to run the ball 40
Who?
times a game.
Who are they throwing the ball to?
Drake London.
Drake
Kyle
London,
Pitts,
Kyle
Cordell
Pitts.
When have they
Patterson,
ever thrown the
Bijan.
ball
Matt
to Kyle
Collins.
Pitts,
He
bro?
was hurt last season and Mariota's doing it.
Mac-
Quarterback.
Oh, Marcus Mariota, the same quarterback you were all over
Bro,
the
he
whole
threw-
fucking
how
year.
many
The
games-
whole year. Marcus Mariota, they're in contention still. They're going to ride Marcus Mariota. They're going to ride Marcus Mariota. And here we are the next year, a playoff list Falcons talking about, I hope Desmond Ritter just takes
How
care of
many
the ball
games?
really
He
well.
had
I
5
wish
games.
you had me on your show last year because I
Run
would
the
have told you
ball
the Falcons
40
would've won 6
times.
games. We're winning 11 this year. Book it, Danny.
11
Book
and 6,
it.
bro. 11 and 6.
11 and 6.
11 and 6.
If you had me on your show last year,
11
I
and
would've
6,
told you we'd win
easy.
6 games. We were bum cheeks last year.
Anthony, we got to run the ball 40 times a game because we don't want Desmond throwing more than 20 times a game.
Three-headed
But look how many
monster.
games they had Mariota.
Three-headed
in. He
monster.
was fucking 3 of 7.
Okay, Bijan Robinson gets hurt.
6-11.
Now what?
Okay, we
Best
got
running back
Algier,
room
we
in
have
the
Cordell.
NFL. Best running back room in the NFL.
Oh my God, guys.
Tyler Algier ran for 1,000 yards last season. I must have
I
missed
can't.
that.
Yeah, it's because all they were doing was running the ball, not trying to win games.
Best running back room in the NFL. Book it.
Might be, man.
Spectrum.
Might be.
Who's better?
Algier?
Algier
Who's got
ran
better
for
running back
7.
than you do? Who?
Desmond Ritter's former teammate out of Cincinnati, if I'm correct.
Cool. Cool. You picking Algier in fantasy?
No.
Okay, you picking
I'm
Kyle
picking-
Pitts in fantasy?
Sam might go in the second round. Remember, sleeper pick.
Where are
Trey
you?
Lance,
Where are you
first
picking?
round
Where are you guys picking Drake London in fantasy this year?
Probably 4th,
6th, 7th round.
Later, yeah, you can get him later.
Why?
because we're a rushing offense. We're not a passing offense.
He'll get some number.
We're kind of like the
They're a
Jets
run
back when
first
you had Mark
offense.
Sanchez.
Huh?
But better.
We're kind of like the Jets when you had Sanchez.
Except they won playoff games with Sanchez. So
Yeah.
They might
ran
win
the
playoff
ball,
games
but-
with Ritter.
Surprisingly, yeah, they did.
I don't know. Listen, in all seriousness, the best case scenario, dude, if they do end up getting the division, because that's what it's gonna take to make
Oh yeah,
playoffs.
because the fucking wild card.
the
ain't coming.
NFC East has that locked down. You
Yeah.
gotta win the division. Say they win the division, bro. I don't think with anybody else in the NFC, bro. I don't think they can compete with anybody else in the other divisions that end up going.
We
I don't-
competed with a lot of teams
they get a
last year, and we
They
were
would have a hard.
trash.
They'd have a hard time with the
We
Giants,
competed-
bro. Let
We
alone
competed
fucking.
with a lot of teams last year, and we were trash.
Their defense was decent. They just could not fucking get points on the board. How many games did they hold under 21? There's at least a handful of games they
You
held.
think
Yeah.
Desmond Ritter's gonna be that much better than Marcus Mariota?
Yes.
with the
Yes.
experience and playing with them and having Bijan Robinson. And
Maybe
adding,
next year.
And adding
Marcus Mariota
Maybe
was
next
a
year. Maybe next
Where
year.
have they always been?
Marcus Mariota was a system quarterback at Oregon.
noodle
He
arm,
ran the spread.
noodle arm quitter.
It's not there for the NFL.
Maybe next year, bro.
He signed with somebody. Who did he sign with? Philly?
The Eagles.
Yeah.
Nick says the Jets gonna win 5 games.
Yeah, right.
He on that
No.
peyote too, ain't he, boy?
He's on the ayahuasca.
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 Ayahuasca. Look, I can
Ayahuasca.
pronounce
He's on the ayahuasca.
Martinez.
We'll have a top 12 defense too.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I think weren't y'all in the
Yeah.
top? Y'all were in the top 10 last season, weren't y'all?
Nah, we were top 15.
Top 15. I mean, good defense, but you've got a lot of depth in the secondary, and that's always been the biggest thing.
Who are their starting corners?
Well, you had
AJ Terrell and Casey Hayward, I believe.
You had
Hayward
Akuda.
and
AJ Terrell.
You have Bates. We got Bates from
That's
Cincinnati.
We got a deep cornerback room, dude.
That's what
a
I'm saying.
deep
The
one.
secondary is very deep. So even that hurt,
Yeah,
even that injury to what's his name?
Jeff Okuda.
It's not that
Our
big of a
problem
deal. You're
is-
like, well, I got another guy.
What about your
Our
linebacker?
problem's our D line.
Yeah, your
Our
line's
D
always.
line is
No, you got
trash.
Calais Campbell, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, but he's
Who
not
else?
an
Oh,
every
Grady
down
Jarrett.
guy.
What happened to Grady Jarrett?
We have
He's
Grady
the only
too.
person there.
He's there still, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You got the Bud Dupree.
And Calais Campbell. So what's the problem?
Yeah, but
That's something we have to address in the draft next year. 100% is D line. First
I
round
thought
pick.
that was the first thing they should have done this year. I thought they should
Jalen
have
Carter.
the lineman.
I
We
mean-
talked about this last season with our closeout show because you were on and we asked you how you thought about the foul. Me and you both. I said they either need to go O lineman or pass rusher.
They
Yeah.
never will.
Yeah,
They-
but Arthur,
We're the worst in sacks. We are like bottom of the league the last
Last
like
bro,
10 years.
dude,
not even close. either.
Last
It's like
year they
40.
had like 40, and the next
Yep.
worst team was like 70.
Yeah, it's bad.
Bro, you were winning 11 games with that.
Well, all
We're
you
doing
do
it.
is account for fucking what's his name on the edge. That's it.
Grady.
Yeah, all you gotta do is count for Grady. Now you got somebody else to go along the other side of him.
Bro, unless you get a
Polaris is going to
substantial
be a
amount,
good ad.
unless you get a substantial pass rush going, bro, you ain't winning no 11 games.
I like that
No
POV.
way. Yeah.
Troy Anderson's gonna have a big year. Malachi Walker. He
I
was
think
good
it's gonna
last
You're
year.
gonna see a different team than what you expect. I
Yeah,
think
they're gonna be
Arthur
right
Smith-
there neck and neck with the Panthers at the best. Best of the best. They're both
Yeah.
gonna be going at it.
11 wins.
Fourth game. Yeah.
I
We're gonna
have
be
Carolina
neck
at
and
9 or
neck with the
10.
Buccaneers,
You
not
know
the
what?
Panthers.
In all honesty, I could probably see the Falcons doing pretty decent.
How
This
about-
year,
let's
man.
bet
They
it then.
should. They should on paper at least.
Let's bet it.
If everybody stays healthy.
Let's bet it.
If they lose, dude, I'm telling you, if they lose one of those guys, bro,
Who?
they're in trouble.
So if they lose
Bijan,
who?
I'm not sold on Algier, bro. No
I
way.
am. I think
Not
he's
like
great.
everybody. Not like everybody is.
Not sold on Algier. Dude's a freight
No.
train.
No, Bijan, bro. If he's a
Well,
freight train, why is he
guys.
the number one running back? Why is
Because
he?
you
Why
just
is he the
drafted
bell
a guy number 3.
Okay, then. So he's not that good.
You're paying the number 3 more than you were paying the fucking third
Well,
round.
we
No, we
Arthur
drafted
Smith-
Bijan.
Arthur's gonna go with Cordell just because he knows how to pick up the blitzes right away. So it's gonna take Bijan a minute. That's why
You know-
they're gonna use him in the slot a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna use Bijan in the slot and as a receiver mainly.
telling
That's
you,
why we drafted him.
Our
All
running
right.
backs, all those guys need to at least have
They're gonna
12.
They're gonna start off Cordarrelle, right? Tell me how many fantasy points you think Cordarrelle's projected for this year?
Probably 70.
They're
Yeah.
not going with him, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean they're gonna go with
Gimmicks.
Bijan, but I think the first few games they're gonna go with Cordell, just so he
Cordell
can
looked like he gets
learn.
20 snaps a game, really.
No, he's gonna get that rookie running back Jameer
All-
Gibbs treatment. They're gonna run his
all-
ass into the ground.
All three of those fuckers better at least have 12 carries a game, if not more.
Or
I-
what?
What?
Or
say you
else
gotta
what?
run the hand.
You said they better.
We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. The team has to run the ball 40, 50 times a game.
He doesn't trust. You either don't trust Desmond Ritter, or you don't trust Arthur Smith.
What is it?
I'm not a big Arthur Smith fan.
Most people aren't.
Self-made?
I'm-
Most people
I don't know what it
Rape
is.
he got going on too? Little rape drape he got going on?
Oh God damn it! Now I gotta edit that out now. You can't say rape drape, bro.
Said
Samo,
it again.
what's your opinion on Arthur Smith, man?
I think he's all right, man. I'm not super.
Terry
I don't think he's great, but I think he's good. He's good enough for now. I give him 1 or 2 more years to get his shit together. If not, fuck him. Get him out of there.
He has this year. This
Yeah,
is
yes,
it.
this year. If he, well, I don't know, man. This
No,
This is
year,
fourth
I
this
give
year
him
year.
to
2
do
more
what?
years.
This year to
This-
do what?
It's his fourth year, right? This is his year to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
know
Yeah,
how
but he
bad this
came
is.
He
into
probably
he
got his
came
money.
into a fucking trash ass team, dude. Horrible situation. So
I think too. I think I'm with Samo on like the 2 to 3 year.
he came into a
range.
probably the worst situation you could put yourself in he put himself in it. So I give him 2 more years.
Cap hell, dude. In
Cap hell. But with
Cap hell. Yeah.
with a rookie quarterback, rookie running back, man, you can't really expect him to do much.
And then an old Matt Ryan his first year in. I mean, come on, dude.
Well, that's what
We'll
I'm
talk-
saying. Last season they did a lot better. Like if you break it down and actually like look at the games, they did a lot.
We were competitive.
Yeah,
the issue
that's what I'm
with the
saying. Nobody
Falcons-
expected that.
The Matt Ryan years, we would come into games and we knew it was going to be a dogfight and we were always going to lose unless we played some trash ass team. Last year, every game from start to finish was competitive.
Yeah.
Except the Cincinnati game where they fucking was up 21-0 before you blinked.
Yeah, that was about
like
it.
the
Every other
game,
game
bro.
was
They're
competitive.
very Jets too, because with the games we lost last year too were very competitive games. We lost by 1 score, maybe a score.
And then they had some
You lost by a
bullshit
kick
roughing the passer
return.
call at the end.
Yeah,
too.
bro. By a fucking kick return, bro.
I know.
Hey,
I'm talking about 7 points, bro.
Anthony, hit your guy up and say I got Falcons Jets Super Bowl. I wonder what the payout would be for that.
We're not doing Earl Spence again.
That'd be some shit, bro.
We're not doing Earl Spence again.
That's got to be minus 10,000. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I gotta close it with that, guys, bro. Awesome
So
show.
true.
Awesome show. Look at Sal and Nick arguing on the fucking Facebook Live. That's fucking hilarious, bro. So this is a very fun show. We need to do this again. We keep this a trend. Maybe get all 4 of us on. I think everybody did
Touch
very
my
well.
leg.
Touch your
Yeah, I'm
butt.
down, dude. Anytime, man. Appreciate
Yeah,
you
man.
having me.
Thanks.
Anthony's
for
on the
coming guys.
spectrum. He's trying to put that beer bottle in your pocket.
They don't put that over your pocket.
My bad.
My bad.
That is crazy.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming on. I'm your host, Tony. Jamie, Travis, thank you. Young
Yes, sir.
Samo, thank you, guys. Like, subscribe.
Team Mantle.
Yeah, like, subscribe to the page. You can interact with us live. We're also on Apple,
Who?
Spotify.
Who?
Go Birds. Go Birds. Go
Go
Birds.
Falcons. We all love the Falcons here. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place. Drink well.